Dear guests, be ready to be inspired and motivated. You guessed it, right? It's time to celebrate the achievements of the most successful prop trading companies. Please join me in welcoming three exceptional experts on stage to share their journeys. First off, please join me in welcoming Pavel Dusek, COO at FTMO. Next, give a warm round of applause, and I mean a warm round of applause, please, as we welcome Petros Kalaitzis. And last but not least, welcome Syed Abdullah, CEO at FundedNext.
I think I can start. Is there a timer here? Okay. I've been told I have 10 minutes. I apologize, I might be bad on time management. But first introduction, my name is Pavel Dusek. I'm in charge of operations at FTMO. I've been there since the inception. This year, FTMO is celebrating 10 years. Those of you who don't know, FTMO is sort of not a founder, but we've been at the beginning of the entire industry. Now, what I have for you today is, yesterday I was on a panel discussion and I was talking a bit about the industry. Today, I want to give some tips for traders, more traders oriented. Because what we try to do is we try to cultivate the industry, and we want to be sure that traders understand the concept of why the prop firms are here and what to avoid, and some tips how to sustain trading for the prop firms. So, in the past, it used to be like traders or people who wanted to trade for the prop firm, it was the vision. They wanted to be employed by the company. And the traditional prop firms, they wanted to have really good top-notch people working for them to make money. Then they were rewarded with a percentage of the performance. It was very difficult those days. Nowadays, it's super easy. It's simple because the accessibility. It's everywhere. Anyone can go, choose the company they wish, and they basically sign up and trade. Platform is available, website is available, you have all the infrastructure and everything. But it's not as easy as that, right? I mean, there are no shortcuts in trading, and everyone should understand that this is a profession as any other. With that being said, there are brokers, but there are prop firms. When we started this industry, approximately around 10 years back, FTMO is around 7-8 years old. We didn't know how big this will happen, right? We wanted to resolve the problem of undercapitalization in the first place, and then the risk management. The inevitable part of trading is the risk management. And as there are millions and millions of traders these days trading for the prop firms, and there are many prop firms, 300 plus, I don't even know how many now. The modus operandi changed. A lot of traders trade in ways that are not in harmony with what prop firms wanted, right? Think of your live account. If you're trading with a brokerage, you want to keep that account for as long as you can. You don't want to get margin call, you don't want to get stopped out, and that works in the prop firms as well. Prop firms nowadays are looking into how you trade. Most prop firms, they have a trading departments, risk teams, and they're looking into how traders function and what approach they take in to make some money. It's easy to make some money, but it's not the entire purpose. Earlier in the past, traders tried to focus on becoming good traders themselves. Nowadays, it's about getting payout quickly, right? But that's exactly the problem, and it shouldn't be treated that way. I'm halfway through already. So, few tips to avoid, or maybe to be cautious of when you're trading for the prop firm. One-click trading, something where you take in high risks. And nowadays, it's easy that you purchase evaluation after evaluation, and you take the account up or down. Then your equity looks do or down, right? That's not the purpose. You want to have track record and you want to have consistency. You want to show to your partner that you're serious and responsible about how you trade. Next thing that goes with that is something we call overexposure or over-leveraging. You would normally take reduced risk when you're trading your own account. When you're trading for a prop firm, you have the option to basically trade any volume that you want, because after all, if you value the account, You have a violation, you lost your fees, and you purchase again. But that's not the purpose. You have to show that you're responsible and serious, and you have to expect that there will be drawdowns that will meet you. Drawdowns, you have to sustain them so that you have to reduce the risks so that there's no 1, 2, 3, but a couple of series of drawdowns. It can happen, it has happened, it will happen. Okay. Next thing is psychological trading. And we all know what is overtrading, revenge trading, FOMO trading. All these things are problematic because then you're trying to beat the markets, or you're trying to show to markets or to yourself that you've been correct, and you do a lot of mistakes that violate the account in the end. And as the consequence of all this, there's something called account flipping or account rolling. And as I mentioned at the beginning, you get the account up, up, up. You get the account down, you violate it, you purchase again, purchase again, purchase again. Then your history with the prop shows that you've had 15, 16, 20, 30 individual accounts, right? What will the prop firm think about you? Are you serious? Are you responsible? Or are you just rolling accounts? Because in the end, if you go big, you take in high risk, sooner or later you're gonna get high profit to pay for all those little fees. That's not a proper approach. And if you have a good prop firm where you work, where you function, you don't want to be kicked out just because you are shown as an irresponsible or not serious trader, okay? If you choose a prop firm, you want to be sure that you are in harmony, that you trade with the longevity in mind, right? You want to treat the account as if it was your own. Few tips to help you become a better trader or serious trader. It's good if you have live account and brokerage account. Sorry, live account and the prop account. Prop firms give you a lot of options to basically capitalize, to make some payouts, which then you can convert or deposit to your brokerage account. Brokerage account gives you usually the entire freedom, and you want to trade whatever way you like. You don't have risk parameters like the prop firm is giving you. Prop firms, obviously, they care about risk management, so you have 5% up or down, some profit target, and some final drawdown. Next thing is focus on one market. Focus on one market and try to understand the reasons why the price is moving. And we've seen a lot of mistakes, and people try to repeat this thing. They have a strategy, it was backtested, and they plug it on different markets. Forex, commodities, you name it, anything. But we've seen that if somebody is focusing on a particular instrument or asset, they usually have a better success. Because you have to understand the underlying reasons why the price is moving, and what is happening around that particular symbol, right? You might be an expert for Bitcoin or for gold, for anything. But if you have a strategy that you plug to everything and you expect good results, it's usually not happening. Next thing is continuous learning and development, right? As I said, trading is like a high-performance sport. It's like anything else. You have to really take time. There are no shortcuts. You get the software and infrastructure, but you have to understand the underlying reasons. Technical analysis, fundamental analysis, market dynamics, depth of market, geopolitics. You have to have your discretion and everything. We did one experiment last year where we basically tried the set and forget method with one colleague who wanted to learn trading. And we said, okay, less is more. Let's not do more trades than one a day. We opened the platform in the morning, opened the trade, and let it be. It took us 2 accounts just to get to the payout with this method. Next thing is you choose a reliable partner, right? Make sure that the prop firm or the brokerage is solid, reputable, and that you can trust them. They have to support you along the way, whatever it is. And I have 1 minute, and I'm pretty much done. So thank you very much.
Next, can we have Petros Kalaitzis?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Petros. I represent FunderPro. I'm serving the company as a chief strategy officer. So basically, I'm trying to predict what we should do in the next 3, 5, 6 months or years. I'm going to have a little bit different approach than Pavel on my 10 minutes. So I'm here to talk about a persona called John Wick. So obviously, it's not real name. So 7 years ago, 8 years ago, if somebody would have said to Mr. John, can you give us $200 to open a demo account? And then if you trade well, we give you our money. And if you have profits, we split 80-20, 90-10. Probably Mr. John will say, pay for a demo account? Like, it doesn't sound very well. So the truth is that Mr. John doesn't have the money, doesn't want to risk his money, doesn't want to risk his margin on a 500, 200 leveraged account on a 200K deposit. But he still thinks he is a good trader, right? And he says, I got the skills, I don't have the money, or I don't want to spend my money, or I don't want to risk my money. What can I do? I mean, I believe that I can sustainably grow my profits and I can live by that, which is going to be quite hard, but I can do it. And there comes the prop trading industry telling him, hey, like, here's our capital. But before you actually trade our money and you burn our capital, God forbid, you have to show us that you have the skills. So a little bit about success stories. We have traders like Mr. John that lasted 8, 9, 12, 15, 18 months consecutively in a winning streak. And we can, when I say we, I will refer to the whole industry. We are constantly topping up his funded account. We scale it up. The more he wins, the more we win. It's a win-win situation. And then Mr. John practically fulfills his dream, saying like, okay, I did it. And as Pavel said, now I have my own money. Maybe I can move to a brokerage or whatever I want to do. That sounds very well, right? It's amazing. Everybody, I hope everybody's dreaming to lying on the beach, trading a couple of hours per day, spending money that technically belongs to somebody else, and if you make profits, we split. The downside is that Mr. John needs to have risk management skills. And again, as Pavel mentioned, prop trading firms will force you into a sort of a strategy. Like, so we define the drawdown, we define the profits, we define if it's a swing option or not. So you have to get into a kind of a shape and adjust your strategy according to our needs, simply because some of us are actually providing real money to the account. So when you're actually losing money, it's a real burnout of the capital. So Mr. John came into the company. He enjoyed his life for 6, 7, 10, 12 months, and then all of a sudden he hits a drawdown, he lost his money. And he goes like, can I try again? Yes. Can I have multiple accounts? Yes or no, depending on the company. Can you guys educate me? So yes, we can do. At the end of the day, it's our capital. So throughout this whole journey, I think that, excuse me, the psychology of Mr. John probably has changed a couple of times. So to a trader's mind, for those who are trading, probably they will feel me, like, first question, where do I get funded faster? Where do I get funded easier? Yeah. So is all looking easy? They sound very, very well, but think similar to what Pavel said, you have to know that if it would be too easy, everybody would have done it, right? Realistically speaking, there are a lot of ups and downs. There are a lot of external parameters that can define the customer journey of Mr. John. But I firmly believe that when somebody is consistent enough, he's constantly trying to educate himself, whether by using the tools of the prop firm or on his own. I think that it is absolutely doable to have a life like Mr. John. So we have some success stories, and they are live examples. Obviously, we also have stories that they're not so, they didn't have the actual positive outcome. But what I'm trying to say is that um, if you don't try, you will never know, right? So, as Pavel mentioned again, during this journey, you need to be actually aware of the potential risk. You need to find a good partner to work with. You need to make sure that they honor their word and they will pay you out, and all these parameters that it's must have in your to-do list. But again, it's all about yourself. So if you are consistent enough and if you are dedicated to that, uh, I believe that it's 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 going to be relatively easier for you to become like Mr. John. um, I also believe that prop trading as an industry is here and it will stay for a couple of years. Maybe we will see a change on the, I don't know, legal framework, or it will be shaped enough. But for those who are actually questioning the existence of the prop industry in the next 3 or 5 years, on a personal belief, I think they are wrong. So basically, I think that more and more companies will try to adapt into the new era on the financial markets, and hopefully we will have more success stories than Mr. John. I also have 1 minute left, so thank you very much.
Next for the floor, last but not least, can we have Syed?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, especially among such dynamic audience. My name is Syed Abdullah. I'm the founder and CEO of FundedNext. Today, I would like to share the story of FundedNext and the traders that trade in our platform. I think the stories are full of growth, ambitions, and more importantly, our deep commitment towards empowering traders' life worldwide. So our story, FundedNext first got launched 3 years back in March 18, 2022. But the story started far before that. I've been a serial entrepreneur for the last 13, 14 years. And the approach, how we try build a platform or a product, has always been setting a bold vision through which we can actually impact a lot of people's life. And for FundedNext, that was changing traders' lives. With that vision, when we tried to design our product, we always kept asking ourselves, like, how our product can actually improve traders' lives. And that kind of became the guiding principle of designing our product, making business decisions, and launching features when we had to. And with that, we launched our product, and eventually, throughout the process, throughout the journey, we have always taken such decisions. Those decisions involve like launching with 15% profit share during the challenge phase, because we realize it's important for us to actually acknowledge traders during that phase as well, that phase of challenge phase as well. We took steps like no time limit, and we kept taking decisions that would actually enhance the experience of our traders. And that also led us to taking different, and that eventually led us taking another bold decision of our brand promise. The brand promise that we have, pay out in 24 hours or you get $1,000 extra. So see, when we actually design our product with such vision and such brand promise, it automatically forces our team and forces us to redefine all our processes, operations like based on those brand promises. So in one instant, so after launching that brand promise, we never actually failed that except one instant. In one instant, we had to face an external event in one of our operations hub. And due to that event, we actually got delayed to pay out 170 traders at that time. And out of those 170 traders, maybe only 5 to 7 traders knocked us. But we knew, like as per our brand promise, we are liable to those 170 traders, and we have to pay out $170,000 extra for that. And even although 90% of the traders didn't reach out to us, but since we had it as a brand promise, like we will be paying that $1,000 extra if you fail to pay you in 24 hours, we did that. We paid that we paid $170,000 to all those traders. I think stories like that actually increases the trust, confidence of our traders in our platform. And moving forward, we also learned those lessons like, yes, we cannot have operations hub in just one specific 1, 2, 3 destinations, and we decided we need to diversify. And with that, we actually, moving forward in 2025, we decided we will be having our operations hub in 5 different locations. Starting from, we already have in UAE, we already have in Dhaka, we are also doing it in Malaysia, Cyprus, and Sri Lanka. So that we can actually serve our traders real fast, real quick. See, with that, we have seen a lot of success stories of traders across the world. We have seen traders having their tuition fees through props, through the earnings that they generate through props. We have seen traders paying out their hospitals bills, paying out their loans, building their homes and building their cars. Yes, these are all the good stories, success stories. But just like any other industry in prop, there is also stories of struggles as well. But that is true for any industry. Even there are much more competitive industry if you see. So if you see in a football team of a country, you will be seeing like only 11 people, 20 people, 30 people are getting into that top position, right? But for that position, a lot of people are fighting. But if you compare that with prop, so I think the success stories and the success ratios are quite good. We have seen, we have a very good bunch of people who starts trading, and I think the entry barrier is also very low. Because like in most props, you could buy challenges for a very minimal amount of funds. That's very nice. And eventually, as we scaled, we realized it's also very important for us to give back to the community. And for that, what we did, we decided that every 2 months, we're going to have one major CSR campaign in the countries that they required. So in 2023, we have had 6 major CSR campaigns. In 2024, we had 7 major CSR campaigns. So I asked my team to share some of these stories over here, and I would like to share these stories with you as well. So we have built 6 homes in Kenya for 6 families. In Mozambique, we restored an entire village schools and library system that impacted 1,000 plus students. In Nigeria, we provided clean water and sanitation to an entire village. In Mexico, we donated gifts and appliances, and we actually did the rebuilding of an entire retirement home, which helped 50 elderly people. And in Romania, we celebrated Christmas with orphan children, 40 orphan children. So I think these are some of the stories that we do not actually promote much. But then again, like we are only being able to do it because we have our traders, we have our partners trading with us, with our platform. And as a part of that, we are also giving back to different communities. So I think the success stories of prop traders are not just limited to themselves or the companies, but with companies doing different CSR activities, it's expanding beyond that. It's expanding to the society. So in 2023, 2024, we have seen a lot of things are coming up. A lot of improvements are happening, and I'm very proud of the things that are happening. And we have seen different trends as well. We have seen many brokers are coming into prop, right? And I think within this year and onwards, we're going to see the vice versa as well. So we are going to see many props getting into brokerage as well. And I'm happy to share, like FundedNext team itself has been working on our brokerage for quite a while, and we will be having our early access soon. So I'm happy to share that with you as well. So as well, I'm very excited about the future of prop. I think the potential is huge. I'm very excited about the growth scope, potential innovation scope, and both for the companies and the traders. And I'm very excited for the role that FundedNext has to play in shaping the industry's future. And yes, I'm very excited and proud. And with that, I've also got 2 minutes left. I'd like to wrap this up. Thank you so very much. If you have any questions or thought, I'll be available after the session. Thank you so very much.